everybody, and welcome to Stellos Stadium in Nashua. We are live on a Saturday, September 29 of 2018. Play has begun in what is going to be a triple header here on NashuaETV. Soccer, and field hockey. Tom King.
Field hockey. Let's you and I arm wrestle for the final. Tiebreaker. How's
wow.
That? How's that?
Who you want to be, north or south?
Either that or race.
I'll race with you.
Yeah, I know it.
Okay.
This is going to be a great game. We start with boys soccer, John. They're just underway. They're going to have a free kick already. Nashua North. They are very aggressive. Colin McMahon is going to take this shot.
Oh, he actually
feed it on an indirect, and it's wide. But
Quinn Hilger took it.
I'll tell you what. This is a team that's off to a 7-1 start north. The guy to watch out for, especially if they get a free kick or a penalty shot, Sammy Diou Merci. He is a refugee from the Congo, and he has got a rocket for a shot. I saw him win a game single-handedly against Londonderry earlier this year. Nashua South, they don't have Alvaro, the speedy kid who played for them last year and scored in their game, was their offense. He's not there. They spread it around. Jacob Dukeshire is a kid to watch out for. He's all over the field. They're going to use him a lot. But the wild card in today's game, John, Ro Hendrick, to our left, the goaltender for Nashua South. He is primo, very good. If he has a big day, he had 13 saves in last year's game. If he can do that again today, it could be a South day. You never know.
And who's the goaltender for North here to our right today? Of course, they don't wear the numerals on the back of their jerseys usually. They're allowed to dress up differently to differentiate themselves from the other players.
Stephen Norris, I believe, is the goalie.
Okay.
I believe that's him, but I'm not positive.
Right, which would be number 6 underneath that blue coverall. So that's Tom King. I'm John Collins. We are set for 40 minutes of first half action and then 40 more minutes for the second half, barring any OT action here at Stellos. A beautiful fall day, a high noon start as we are underway. Play primarily in the south end of the pitch as North assuming their dominance early. Of course, not yet on the scoreboard. Soccer, traditionally a low-scoring sport. However, both of these teams have put up some impressive goal totals in the course of their first 8 or 9 games. This is the 10th game of the season for South, the 9th game of the season for North. At a record of 7-1, they are in 3rd place in the standings, behind only Central and Bedford. North lost to Central 3-0. That was one of the few times they faltered this season. Actually, no, check that. That was South that lost to Central 3-0. So North does not have Central on their schedule. That's a bonus for them. Central looks to be wanting to add to their list of championships. In the past decade, Manchester Central has emerged as a soccer power in New Hampshire Division I, as they've got 3 titles since 2008 or 9, I believe, and they're looking for number 4 this year. They would be the favorite at 10-0 as we broadcast this on September 29 of 2018. So Central is a well-oiled machine at this point in the season. Teams trading possessions in the middle of the field. South trying to win the ball back and try to come up with their first points. As you see, 2 pair of 13s going at it at the center of the field. North's Martin Flaherty in the white, and in the purple, Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, number 13 for the Panthers. Titans on the attack now, deep in the corner. That's Colin Miller. Miller gets a shot away across the goal mouth. There is a collision as the ball ends up on the far side of the pitch. Nearly a first goal of the game is North putting the pressure on. North has scored as many as 6 goals in a game this season. That was home against Spalding. They won 6-1 back on September 10. Meanwhile, South can score. They have an 8-goal game against that same Spalding team at Spalding in Rochester, 8-1. So a little bit of a glimpse of a comparison there. South actually outdid North as far as scoring goals against a similar opponent in Spalding. Looking at some other similar opponents, South defeated Alvern 1-0, while North defeated Alvern 2-0. Scanning down, I see, let's see if they have any common opponents. Don't see any others, actually. They're pretty much all over the map here. Winnacunnet. Oh, both played Winnacunnet. It was a 3-1 loss for South and a 1-0 win for North. That was a difference maker in the season. Player goes down. They let him play on as South did have possessions. North did not gain an advantage from the trip. There's a ball played on ahead. There's a foot race. Goaltender Ro Hendrick is going to beat the attacker to the ball on the attack. I believe that was the star player for North that Tom alluded to, Sammy Dieu Merci, who's got a booming shot, just a sophomore, the refugee from the Congo. He's number 17 in the white jersey, right in the middle of a quadrangle of purple right there at the foreground of your camera. Now it's the Panthers into the Titans end of the field. Haven't spent much time of possession to the right of your screen as yet in this contest. Boys soccer here at noon, to be followed by girls soccer, South against North at 2 p.m. and then South-North field hockey at 4 o'clock, finishing off the Battle of the Bridge. They have it right here on the Mata Field scoreboard, the new scoreboard to our left at Stellos Stadium, as an 8-7 advantage in the Battle of the Bridge for North in all sports considered, track and golf and volleyball, football, now soccer. 8-7 advantage for North, so South could tie it up if they come up with the upset here in boys soccer. No guarantee, though, because North comes in the heavy favorite with a record of 7-1. South is 5-3 on the season. They are in a tie for 8th place in the New Hampshire Division I boys standings. Hendrick booms one down the middle of the field. It finds the foot of a Titan player who kicks it up in the air toward the sideline. Good body position there by Adel Bouzien, South defender, backline player. Wins possession for the throw-in. And the ball is still actually a turnover. It's the Titans' possession now in the offensive zone. So look out here. We got a 0-0 contest early. Thank you, Pete Johnson. Our executive producer has set us up here to run live on a Saturday, September 29 of 2018. Welcome if you're checking in to Channel 99, NashuaETV. Brought you the Battle of the Bridge football game last night. North hung on to win 21-14 over South. One of the best South-North football games we have seen in quite a while. It's saying a lot because they meet at least 2 times a year, every year, in the regular season and then, of course, in the Turkey Bowl, which is now held on the eve of Thanksgiving, the Wednesday night before every year. Next game, the next time those two teams play, South and North, expect it to be just as hard fought of a game as it was last night in the rematch. Decent opportunity there for Sammy Dieu Merci, who was very close to the left post but just couldn't get on the front side of it with that shot. Went into the side netting. It is a goal kick for the Panthers. The defending champion in New Hampshire Division I boys soccer is Concord. They defeated Central 1-0 last October in the championship game. The NHIAA has kept state championship records dating back to 1957 when the first state title holder was Goffstown, defeating Colebrook 2-1. In the greater Nashua area, there have been a number of championships. The first one, Alvern won in 1959 and then again in 1973. The late 80s were the golden age for state championships in greater Nashua, as the first team from Nashua to win in 1986 was BG. They actually defeated Nashua in the championship game 4-3. That must have been a great one. And then a repeat, BG over Nashua in the state final in Division I boys soccer 1987 by a 4-2 score. Nashua High School has won. That was before the split, I'm talking, of course. In '88, they broke through, beat Alvern 1-0, and they also won the state title in '92, '93, and '98. Nothing since the split into South and North. Bishop Girton has 4 state titles in 1986, '87, '97, and 2004. On the attack now, South. That drive is intercepted, but header goes out of bounds off of Martin Flaherty. And now the Panthers will try to mount an attack from the near corner. Nice sliding tackle by Anthony Jones, the Titans defender, number 14, going to the ground for a clean pick and also wins the ball. It'll be a free kick from deep in the near corner to our right for the Titans as it's booted to midfield and headed back from whence it came. Good pass on ahead. The Panthers trying some ball control in the offensive zone, and they get a move on here in the person of Siddhant Dutta, number 14, trying to get a return pass. He can't. A contested loose ball in the offensive zone for South. Will they get their first near shot on goal or perhaps a shot on goal here in a 0-0 game? Every goal is huge in soccer normally, especially as the minutes tick by in a scoreless contest. Across the middle of the high top slot, no chance for South to get a kick away, though, as they were swarmed by Titans defenders. Sammy Dieu Merci with a touch in the defensive zone. Merci trying to get loose from some Panthers. Oh, good attempt at a lead pass toward Joseph Morse, number 3, breaking, but a Panther defender got in the passing lane. Now what do we have? We may have a free kick from a dangerous spot on the field from a South perspective, and we do. The Titans win a free kick at the far side, and Sammy Dieu Merci will take it from 30 yards out. Maybe 35 when you add in the angle to the goalpost where Ro Hendrick awaits between the pipes for Nashua South. And we will get our first chance to look at Sammy's booming kick, according to Tom King, if he can get it off his left foot here. The refugee from the Congo, a sophomore, and it is a very nice kick, but a pretty easy save that time from Ro Hendrick, who got a great look at it from a distance away and was able to make a sure-handed grab. So it is a shot on goal. Not a huge tester for Hendrick that time. 0-0 remains your score. They play 40-minute halves as we approach the midway mark. $11 players aside. Clearly South has more players on their roster. Looks like they've got about 20 plus, whereas North more in the teens as far as roster size, number of players. Ball played back to the South goaltender, Ro Hendrick. Meanwhile, North's goaltender, Stephen Norris, hasn't really even gotten a touch to speak of on to our right of our screen. Let's see if the Panthers can change that as they're on the attack. A shot from distance, and just as we talk about the loneliness of Norris in net, he has to field a fairly difficult one-hopper with some spin on it, and he'll boom it away. Thought I saw a 3 on his back, actually. Let me see if I can pick up that goaltender's number for you. They don't like to turn their backs on the action, I'm sure, in net, because there's a booming shot from distance. They don't want it bouncing over their head, but ball at midfield, free kick for the Titans as a lot of players congregate about 30 yards out from the South goal, awaiting this free kick from the backline defender for the Titans. Number 4 is Ryan Downing, Jr. Low line drive kick, headed away by a South defender nicely out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Titans, Eli Osler. Return pass to Osler, but he runs right into a South defender who clears it up the line. Nicely done to keep it inbounds and feed his teammate Anthony Jones. Jones gets it into the middle, gets a return pass from Martin Flaherty. Make that Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez return pass from Lucas Diaz. Diaz has it in the middle. Back to Orozco Alvarez. And his attempt goes into the right corner where it is intercepted by the Titans defense. Trying to get it to Dieu Merci. Ball is still in bounds. Merci with some footwork display here, but can't keep it in bounds. Trickles over the line. Throw in for the Panthers. Right below us. Let's see who will do the throwing in for South. It will be one of the defensive line players comes up to take it. George Aid, E-I-D, George's last name. He's going to kick it. It's actually a free kick just inside the yellow sideline. Good kick right in front of the goaltender. It's popped up in the air, and it is just wide of the goal. What a great free kick from the near side. The Panthers nearly converted. That was a very difficult chance for the Titans goaltender. He was not able to secure it on the initial touch, and it was nearly booted by him from close quarters. So South nearly took a 1-0 lead there. That would have been dramatic. Trying to upset the third place Titans with their lofty 7-1 record entering this Battle of the Bridge boys soccer game. Very promising kick into the box. Titans with a throw in, and we have a whistle. The player might have stepped over the line, and that is an infraction. Panthers will play it quickly. Orozco Alvarez. Number 17 for South is Jacob Dukeshire. One of the key players for the Panthers. Gets a return pass, far sideline, being marked closely by 3 Titans defenders, but manages to get it to a teammate anyway. A kick from distance is going to miss wide to the right, and it will be a goal kick for North. Couldn't ask for a nicer day here in early fall, the late part of September, September 29 of 2018. 3 games were scheduled quite a while ago for this Battle of the Bridge Saturday, and sunshine is out, some clouds, low 60s to start the game. Feels a lot warmer when the sun hits, of course. Momentary respite from that as it goes behind the clouds. The Titans are on the attack, trying to thread it ahead where Eli Osler, number 11, was lurking near the offside line. Nothing doing though for the Titans on that attack as the Panther defenders saw that lead pass coming. Sammy Mercy hustling to try to put some pressure on the backline defenders, but they get it on up ahead. Ball on the far sideline now for the Panthers. Played on up ahead, headed away. Loose ball, contested ball. I think a good non-call there is more as a trip and fall on his own feet by North's number 11, Eli Osler. Goal kick. Near midfield, the Panthers back on the attack again. Trying to feed it on up ahead was number 8, Adel Bouzien. Far side, number 14 for the Panthers is Siddhant Dutta. Jacob Dukeshire. Long pass across the field, and it just barely got to Adel Bouzien, who saved possession. Ball played back to the defenders on the Panther side of the field. It's a flick-on header is going to end up in the hands of the Titans goaltender. Kind of a harmless play there. So Tom has the goaltender for North as possibly Stephen Norris. Hope that is correct. I see he's got a number in the somewhere in the 30s on the back of his jersey that we do not have on our roster. Anybody in the 30s. Far sideline, some space to operate with for Tyler Downing, a crosser that misses everyone. And the Panthers managed to run it down and kick it out of bounds to end the threat momentarily. Tyler Downing with a good burst, had some space to work with. One of those where you just kick it and hope that your teammates are with you and that it'll come down somewhere where they can either convert it to a header on net or control the ball off the chest and make a play out of it. Good thought. That one's popped in to the box, and it's going to be fielded there by Roe Hendrick. Roe Hendrick for Nashua South kicks it down the field. Roe is a senior goalkeeper. Panthers with it near sideline, cutting back into the middle, avoiding the trip. Nicely done. Cody Lopez, number 12. That's something in World Cup soccer. You often see guys take a dive right there to win a free kick just because Cody Lopez could have deliberately tripped over the leg of the defender and hit the turf. And you see that so often in professional soccer just to win that advantage. Some guys, like the real creative Messi, will stay on his feet, try to turn it into a spectacular run and shot on goal, which I would wish more players would do. The Panthers on the attack again in the offensive zone. Titans had some chances early, but the time of possession as far as offensive and defensive zones, I think the South has turned that on its head. They may even have an advantage in that category. They certainly had a nice shot on goal on a free kick from near midfield to get it right into the box on top of Norris. Nearly turned it into a goal. Panthers have actually had the best chance to score in this game because of that one play. And we've looked to our right for about the good part of the last 10 minutes as we're past the midway mark, the 20-minute midway mark. Here come the Panthers on the attack again, trying to thread it on up ahead instead of the Titans stand in the way. Good aggressive play in the offensive zone by South, able to put the Titans on the defensive for much of the last 10 minutes. Ball out of bounds. Titans with a throw in. Both teams had, actually one team had time off. That was South. They last played on September 24th, so 5 days ago, where they fought to a 0-0 tie at home here at Stellos against Londonderry. So South with kind of a frustrating 2 games in a row. They lost to Winnicott on the 20th, 3-1, and then 0-0 versus Londonderry. So 1 goal in 2 games, or about 160 minutes of soccer. Meanwhile, North played just a couple of days ago. They got a win at Memorial in Manchester, 1-0. They're looking to make it a 3-game winning streak. They beat Goffstown back on the 24th, 3-2. Their next game for North will be Tuesday, October 2nd, home against Dover right here at Stellos at 6 o'clock kickoff, and then North is in action at Goffstown also on Tuesday on the road. 4 o'clock kickoff, so right after school they got a bus over there and play. There's a clear trip. A little bit of an angry response to that whistle, but I think it was totally a justified call. As number 12 spilled number 12. North's Colin McMahon didn't like the call, and Cody Lopez drawing the foul, so it's a free kick. South from this very spot on the field, on a free kick earlier, created a great chance. This is David Guzman. Last time, ball was kicked right toward the goaltender and nearly created a goal, but not nearly this time. It's a low line drive that doesn't come close to the cluster of players in the box. Panthers still have it, though. Here comes South. Cody Lopez in the middle. Titans defenders just kick it away, and will this be a corner kick? Yes. I believe this is our first corner kick of the game. And it goes to South, and it's a well-earned corner kick. They've had a lot of offensive zone possession time, have the Panthers, so far in this one, but their first corner kick to show for it. A set piece, as they say in the Premier League and other leagues. Let's see what South can produce. Players congregate in the box out in front of Norris. Ball comes near post in the crowd, and it's all Titans defenders around it. 4 or 5 white jerseys and no purple to be seen to try to convert that dangerous corner kick. Somehow the Panthers win possession back. North unable to clear it out of their half, and a throw-in for South. That is Adel Bouzien with the throw-in as he fed it to Jacob Dukeshire. Now they're going to kick it into the middle. Contested ball headed toward the net, but wide of the goal, and a goal kick for the Titans. So North will hit this ball out of their own zone, or own end of the pitch. First to get a head on it was a Panther player, but the deflection goes to the Titans. They try to create a scoring chance. With it, number 2, Cao de Freitas. First name C-A-U-A, Caua de Freitas. Number 2 for the Titans, far sideline. Throw in for number 3 for the Panthers, Riley Olsen. As the ball comes to the back line. And South has done a good job of getting the ball out of their own zone all game, or to this point in the game, for a good 30 minutes. Do it again. They get the ball to midfield for the throw-in by Adel Bouzien. And Adel looking for a teammate to toss it to. We do have a substitution as fresh legs come out onto the field for the Panthers and the Titans. 30 minutes in. Ball kicked down the sidelines and out. But this might have been deflected off a Panther player, so Colin McMahon will get to throw it in. Contested ball won by the Panthers. They get it to midfield. Stolen back. Titans number 3 is Joe Morse. Colin McMahon with it. Kicks it in the middle, trying to find a teammate. What a nice defensive header there. And that draws some deserved applause from the Panther fans. That was a great scoring chance in the making for the Titans, but it just didn't develop, and it was number 3 for South that got in the way, Riley Olsen. There's a kick in the middle. Norris is going to grab that like a frisbee as it went right through the box. Harmless in the end, but a good thought by the Panthers, who turned a great defensive play into a near scoring chance in end-to-end action. A flick-on header by the Titans. There's a foul committed as to the turf went Cao de Freitas. And they will have a free kick about 55 yards away from goaltender Ro Hendrick and his net to our left. The boot in the middle. Ball comes down shy of the goal, where it's headed away smartly by Ryan Santoro of Nashua South, number 15, with a literally heads-up play. Steal. The Panthers trying to keep it in bounds. Do nicely. Contested ball out of bounds. What hustle by number 6
for the Panthers, Ethan Imada. And they decide that it's going to be north ball after all that. So I don't know if that call was correct. Imada seemed to kick it off of the foot of the Titans defender out of bounds, but they decide that it's Titans ball. Under 10 minutes to go, first half. We are scoreless, as you can see. North looking to make it a 3-game winning streak and go to a record of 8-1, which would tie them with Bedford for second place as the standings are now. And if South can come up with the upset, they'd be 6-3 and would probably jump into 6th or 7th place in the overall New Hampshire Division I boys standings. Again, Central and Bedford, your top two teams. Central undefeated at 10-0. Look to be making a bid for their 4th state championship. Teams trading defenders possessions on the far sideline, and the Panthers come away with it. They find Imada near side with some space, kicked on ahead, pass intercepted and stolen back. And again, ball control so important in soccer, of course. Maximizing your touches and possession often leads to success on the scoring end. No guarantees, but certainly you can't be scored upon if you possess the ball. Now the Titans backline defender kicking it on ahead was Anthony Jones. Crossfield pass, nicely received. That's textbook by South's number 6, Ethan Imada. Kicks it over across the field and it's intercepted by the Titans. Panthers number 8, Adel Bouziane, down the sideline and out of bounds. The Titans will have a throw in. Who will emerge as the goal scorer in this one? Give us our first lead of the game for either team, or will it happen in the first half? Will we go scoreless into halftime? Unbeknownst, we've had one corner kick in the game. That is it, and it was for South. Did not produce a scoring chance. Down the field comes the Panthers' Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, but his drip is intercepted. Colin McMahon boots it downfield. He's able to find Sammy Dieu-Mercier, who has had very few touches in the last 15 minutes or so. Dangerous goal scorer playmaker for the Titans. Would love to see more of the ball as he has now. And he kicks it back to his teammate, looking for a return pass from Colin McMahon. McMahon has it stolen away. Good defense hustling from the backside by Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez. Number 8, Adel Bouziane, with some space as he's got his heads up looking for his teammate. Everybody's got somebody standing next to them down the field, and you almost have to just kick it to your covered teammate and hope they can make the play and receive the pass and make something of it. And that's what's happening right there as Bouziane kicks it on ahead. Clearly his teammate was covered on the play. He just hoped that maybe he could produce some magic. Panthers will throw it in. Number 13 is Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, and actually he'll cede the duty to Adel Bouziane. Ryan Santoro booms it toward the middle. Good crosser. Allowing it to go by was number 12, Cody Lopez. He saw his teammate right behind him and ducked it, hoping that could produce maybe a scoring chance of some sort. But the ball ended up turning into a fairly easy shot for Stephen Norris to handle. Another shot on goal, but certainly not a tester. Falling on top of the ball, but a good steal for the Titans. Contested ball won by the Panthers, though, in a dangerous spot on the field. The Titans not able to produce a scoring run. Far sideline, Panthers with it in purple. Of course, the Titans in their all white uniforms with the blue numerals. And again, the player who was on the receiving end of that pass closely marked, and the steal is made in the defensive zone to avoid any kind of a scoring chance. Saw the Panthers running without the ball there, calling for the pass was number 11, Patrick Hyde. It was a good idea. Just didn't get the pass in time to make something happen on that play. Bouziane double teamed, kicks it out of bounds off one of the Titans defenders. He'll get a throw in. And the throw in is deflected away by the Titans. Jacob Dukeshire plays it back to Hyde. Hyde gets a return pass, spinning in space. Hyde's shot, a one-hop skipper. Only about a 2 or a 3 on the difficulty scale for Stephen Norris in goal, who hasn't really had to move side to side for any of these saves. They've basically come right at him. The Panthers with it. Down the sideline it goes. Trying the bicycle kick to keep the ball in bounds and gain some field advantage, but it doesn't work. That time for Martin Flaherty, number 13, throw in for the Panthers. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first half, a scoreless first half. The Battle of the Bridge coming off the sideline, Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, and the save is made again by Norris with a Panther attacker right in his face. No bobble though. Christopher Daw is number 1 for South. There's a long ball. It's going to find the foot of Joseph Morse in the corner. Morse goes to ground as he kicks a crosser. Sammy Dumercy had a chance to get to that, but it was too high of a bounce, and the Panthers defense came back to intercept the scoring chance. But a flash of offense there for the Titans, whose offense has been dormant for quite a while here in the first half, as they have the throw in at the far hedges. The kick goes into the middle, deflected away. Lead pass, trying to beat 2 defenders with the touch. Number 12 is Cody Lopez. Lopez goes into the corner, and he may have won a corner kick. Yes, he did. Cody Lopez with good hustle, good lead pass as well from the defensive zone. Nearly went on a breakaway run there. We were 2 defenders back marking him, but he was able to have the ball go off a Titan player. So it is a corner kick, second of the game for the Titans, second for either team. Panthers have had both, that is, in the Titans defensive zone. This one from the right corner, as you can see. And taking that, it goes in the middle, and a attempted header, a miss. Good, pretty good bid there on the corner kick. Went beyond the goal mouth. Just a little bit too much on it, I would say, in the end. I believe it was number 16, Ronas Leva Martinez, who did that corner kick, number 16 for the Panthers. Good idea. Not able to connect. The Titans on the attack now. Defender Ryan Santoro gets in the middle of 2 Titans players who had a chance to produce a scoring shot. Kicks it off to the side. 2 minutes, they'll keep the time. The rest of the 2-minute time down on the field among the officials. Nice side boot about shoulder high by a Panther defender, but the Titans steal it back. The attempted shot from distance by Colin McMahon is blocked by Jacob Dukeshire. Far sideline. Under 2 minutes to go first half. We're scoreless here in the Battle of the Bridge boys soccer game. North trying to go to a record of 8-1 with a win here. South would be 6-3 if they can take this contest. There will be no injury time at all, I think, in this first half. We fortunately haven't had any kind of an injury, any stoppage of that nature. Long pass up the field. Downfield it comes. Into the corner. South trying to produce a shot. That is the half. 0-0 your score. John Collins along with Tom King. Tim O'Neill, Jim McLean in the house. We're going to halftime. One goal may be enough. Who will get it? Will they get it? The second half battle of the bridge, New Hampshire Division I boys soccer, South versus North, is coming up on NashuaETV. Stay with us on this beautiful Saturday here at Stellos.
Hi, my name is Brooke. I'm the founder of National Concussion Awareness Day. When I was a freshman in high school, I suffered a concussion. Most concussions resolve in 7 to 10 days, but mine didn't. For months, I suffered from post-concussion syndrome, which affected my academics, activities, and social life. Sports-related concussions account for 53% of all head injuries in young people under the age of 19. The CDC estimates that 3.8 million concussions happen each year, but as many as half go undiagnosed. If you've had an impact to your head, symptoms may start hours or days later. Watch for headache, nausea or vomiting, balance problems, dizziness, blurry or double vision, sensitivity to light or noise, feeling sluggish or foggy, confusion, concentration, or memory problems. If you think you've had a concussion, don't hide it. Report it to your parents, coach, and doctor, and take the time to recover. Remember, it's better to miss one game than the whole season. Did you know that one concussion, you're 1 to 2 times more likely to have a second concussion? And if you've had 2 concussions, you're 2 to 4 times more likely to suffer a third concussion. All concussions should be taken seriously. This message was brought to you by LessonTheImpact.org. Lessen the Impact is a nonprofit organization bringing free concussion education to school programs, clubs, and civic organizations to New Hampshire. For more information or to book a concussion presentation for your school, go to www.lessontheimpact.org.
Welcome back, everybody, to Stellos Stadium for the second half of action here in the Battle of the Bridge boys soccer game. As you can see, we're on the search or on the hunt for our first goal of the game, which will be huge when and if it does come here in the second half. South has had a surprising lot of possession time, Tom, in this game.
A lot of possession time and 5 shots on goal. I thought it was a very, very interesting first half in that respect.
So Stephen Norris, the North goaltender, saw a lot more of the ball than we thought he might, with a 7-1 record coming in. South at 5-3. South has faced the iron. Central, they lost 3-0 earlier in the season. No disgrace there. Central with a record of 10-0. To not appear on North's schedule. That's a bonus for the Titans. They don't have to face the top team. I guess there's a lot more teams in New Hampshire Boys Division I soccer than there are games played in the regular season.
And look where we are, right down in the box in front of the goal with a lot of the action going on.
South has the best chance to score here, opening the second half.
They start right away. They picked up right where they left off. You know, early on, it looked like North was carrying the play, and they got Sammy, the UMRC, right in the box on a cross. Just a little, the timing was just a little off. But that's really the only shot. I mean, he also had a point-blank chance in front of Roe Hendrick that he missed wide, that he put to the side of the net. Didn't curl it in front. So those are the 2 chances North has had. South, we can't even count them. They've had plenty of them. And
the only 2 corners.
Yeah, and the thing is, John, their corners just, I think if you're going to shoot a corner, you want to put it, I don't like the idea of lining your guys up at the 15 and having them charge in. I think get them closer and get that corner in the box so that somebody can head it or deflect it in. And neither of those were that kind of corner. They were all wide and too far through. Too far out, too far through.
North trying to develop a scoring chance there, could not. Intercepted by the Panthers defense. Number 3 is Riley Olson. Back to Ryan Santoro, and then back to the goaltender, Ro Hendrick. Back to Santoro, able to get it to him around the attacker, past midfield. Panthers trying to go back on the attack again. Good footwork, maintaining possession. With it, number 12 for South is Cody Lopez. Lopez triple teamed, able to thread it on ahead.
Turns. He gets the pass. Just
Shot.
wide.
Did that graze the post? Christopher
No, I
Daw
don't
with the
think so.
turnaround shot.
I think it just went wide, just barely.
And again, South with the best chance to score so far here in the second half.
See, last year they had Alvaro Ramirez, and he was able to put the ball in.
Finisher.
Finisher.
He was a joy to watch.
Yeah, he was. And this year he's not at the school. So
one of the position players will take the goal kick for the Titans. Contested ball, about 50 yards out from the net. And right back on the attack go the Panthers. Contested header. Titans had it momentarily. Stolen back again by South. Out of bounds. Throw in. The Titans trying to change our look here. Tom was mentioning a couple of chances for Sammy Diomercy, but he's had long stretches of the game where he's had minimal to no touches at all.
and he was on the bench for a while.
Didn't even know that.
Yep.
Yeah, the South has spent a lot of time in the offensive zone in this game. The throw in for the Titans, near sideline. Colin McMahon. Immediately stolen away, though, by South Sidan Duta. Teams trading possession and trading some elbows below us near sideline.
That happens. Part of the game.
Lead pass, trying to connect. Good defense by the back line of the Panthers. Repels the attack. Beating Merci to the ball was Ryan Downing or Matthew Uria, number 5. Number 3, actually, it was Joseph Riley Olson for South. Near side, throw in for Tyler Downing of North. Immediately intercepted by the Panthers. Down the sideline it goes. Officials letting them play pretty much. You've seen some body contact, nothing unsportsmanlike or mean-spirited, but
No, they're pretty evenly matched, and they're pretty, they don't hate each other. Let's put it that way.
and that's the problem. No.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. In some ways it is, you
Yeah.
know. I always used to say that about Riviere and Daniel Webster when they played. They were too nice.
In soccer?
In anything.
Okay.
In anything. They were too nice to
I thought they went after each other in
They
basketball.
were too nice to each other. They did eventually after I made an issue of it. I made
Yeah.
such an issue of it in 1996, I believe it was 96,
Going back.
that they played each other on Valentine's Day, and I wrote a column for that morning's paper about how they should hate each other. The night of the game, before the game, they presented me with a dozen roses.
Really?
Joanne
That's
Merrill and
funny.
Phil Rowe and Joanne Merrill.
You're saying they were playing like sweethearts?
Yes,
Just
I
like
said
a
they were
friendly-
too soft,
Oh, it's funny.
against each other,
Yeah.
And it was quite a night because Daniel Webster, Riviere won a comeback win, and they carried their coach Jim Damaraki off the floor. I'll never forget it. I mean, great memories of those two schools playing each other. I miss it. I miss those two schools and not having the second school in Nashua. I really do.
Of course, Tom.
And we do too because we used to do a lot of those games.
I enjoyed it. Tom got the roses. Were they roses?
Yeah, red roses.
And he said, well, where's my candlelight dinner? Where's my free food?
I know. No kidding. Where's my free food? The heck with the
Exactly.
plants.
I can't
The
eat
heck
these
with the plants.
roses.
I can't eat these.
Well, you could, but it wouldn't
Oh,
be very tasty.
Yeah.
Bathtub water. Rose petals.
Producers should be seen and not heard.
Lead pass. Chance here
There's
for
a
the
chance.
Panthers.
He's got to curl it. No, not enough room.
Side netting on a sprint. Cody Lopez.
Not enough room.
Nice idea, though. And again, it's the all Panthers as far as offensive pressure. Roe Hendrick has become the lonely man on the pitch, the goaltender for South, looking on as his team tries to break through and score first. Titans, meanwhile, in offense seem to be in no hurry at all to get that game's first goal.
None.
You look at the recent action, South has not scored a goal since 2 games ago. They they lost to Winnacunnet at home here at Stellos 3-1. They got 1 goal against Winnacunnet. They played to a 0-0 tie against Londonderry 5 days ago. So just by the calendar, it has been 9 days since South scored a goal. They are hungry to put one in the net. On the other side, North has gone on a 2-game win streak in which they've scored 4 goals, 3 at Goffstown and 1 at Memorial in the last 9 days. So they can score. There just doesn't seem to be any sense of urgency on the offensive end right now. And here comes Panthers on the attack again. Good lead pass. Finds its way.
Point blank.
Shot.
Go!
Number 14, Siddhant Dutta. 1-0.
10 minutes, almost 10 minutes in. And there's the opportunity you were looking for.
Perfectly placed. It was onside, and we got the ideal angle on that shot as he spun it along the turf, just spun it inside the fingertips of Stephen Norris into the back of the goal. Siddhant Dutta, a sophomore forward, puts South on the board, South on the board first. I looked at the screen. We had it wrong on the screen. It was not. Is the scoreboard did it wrong? Oh, so they have the home and away wrong, do they?
No, they've got it right. South North. It's 1-0 South on the board in the stadium.
Oh yeah, it says South North. Yeah.
So we need to change that scoreboard somehow.
Yes, we don't want to deceive the people
Right,
at home.
exactly.
South with
That's got to be changed.
hard-earned goal.
South 1, North 0.
Yeah. And
But
as
a
we said-
great pass. I didn't see who made the pass.
Oh yeah, that was a key pass.
But Dutat was very alert not to go off sides.
He timed it perfectly.
Yes.
Circled around the defender as the ball was just ahead of him. Perfect timing on that pass. A key assist to set up the Dutat goal. And Panthers aren't done. There's a shot, and Norris forced to make not the easiest save. Kind of talking to his defenders about what just happened. Of course, the best defense is a good offense sometimes, and Titans haven't been able to mount anything of an attack here this afternoon. 1-0, huge goal for the Panthers. Just talking about the frustration they must have felt after playing, well, when you add it all up with overtime, the 2 10-minute periods that you talked about, Tom, and that 0-0 tie against Londonderry. That is
well, it was a 1-0
80
win.
plus 20. That's 100 minutes of
That
scoreless
was
soccer.
a 1-0 win, and it went into overtime with about 3 minutes left. So here's another chance right here for South. Weren't able to settle it in the box.
Well, I was talking about this one right here, the Londonderry
That's
game.
South with a 0-0.
Yeah, I was saying the frustration that they must have felt
Exactly.
not to score for
Exactly.
like 10 days.
Londonderry's come here and played 2 overtime games. How rare is that?
So it's a throw in for the Titans. They're trying to come up with the equalizer here. Number 8 is Quinn Hilger.
Well, it's not a throw-in. It's a direct kick.
It is a
right
free
on
kick.
net. Roe Hendricks got to be
Curls
there.
it in, and
yields.
Hendricks grabs it. You could see the attacker was well timed as far as his run, but Hendrick using that superior height.
And you talk about all those minutes, John. The fatigue is going to set in somewhere. It usually does late in a game.
Well, I'll tell you who might have plenty of fresh legs is Sammy Mercy. He has
I think so.
seen so little of the ball. He's been kind of standing around to our right, awaiting a pass up the field. So we'll see if he's able to convert a chance later in the game here as we go along. But of course, meantime, South looking for some insurance to add to their 1-0 lead. It's basically a tackle in the middle of the field is going to produce a free kick for the Panthers. Hopefully the Titans defender is okay. You can see player flexing his right elbow. Number 5 for North is Matthew Uria, who hit the turf pretty hard on his right elbow. Number 8, Adel Bouziane with the free kick from about 42 yards away from goaltender Stephen Norris. Let's see what Bouziane does with this. Good low liner in the middle. Headed away by a Titans defender, alertly so. Stolen back, Bouzier.
He's going to blast it.
Dushire trying to find teammate. He does. Cody Lopez.
Right in the middle. He's got a chance right
Shot.
there.
Save.
Oh, what a save by
Norris.
Oh, my goodness, what a save.
Number 17 is Jacob Dukeshire. Point blank chance.
Dukeshire's
denied.
the guy. If he's going to, if South, you know, he's really good for South. He really helps them out. Norris in this game has 6 saves already.
Great combination play there in the offensive zone by the Panther forwards, namely Bouzier and Cody Lopez, and then Dukeshire teaming up to produce that chance. Titans defenders hustling back, intercept, but the Panthers regain possession quickly. This is Patrick Hyde. He feeds it on ahead to Lucas Diaz. Diaz in the middle. Loose ball, a chance, shot off the crossbar. Number 1 is Christopher Daw.
Oh my God.
Daw denied by the horizontal pipe over the head of Norris. That was in if he just got it maybe 2 or 3 inches lower on the deflection.
Oh, no question about it, John.
Great turnaround chance for South. Well, the chances are just coming fast and furious for the Panthers here in the second half. They're putting it together offensively, finding the teammate that's open, producing scoring chances. We have a yellow card. A yellow card has been issued to a Titans player who's walking off the pitch. We're now jogging off. Not clear exactly why that was issued. It was away from the ball. And some stern words from the coach to the player near sideline. That's number 4 is Ryan Downing.
Yeah.
Getting
well, you know why those stern words are coming? Coach's son.
Oops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
He can talk to him like that.
Yeah, I can just imagine. Yeah.
Parents not going to complain.
No, exactly. I was like, wow, that's nose to nose.
Parents not going to complain about that one.
Okay. Coach Downing talking to Ryan. Sammy Dieu-Merci with it. Kicks it on up ahead. It is still a 1-0 game despite all the chances for South to add to their 1-0 lead. Titans could tie it up. Pushed over the goal. What a bid. Number 3 for North is Joseph Morse. Great little chip he had there. If he could have found the far end of the net, there was not much that Roe Hendrick could do.
No, there wasn't. Not at all.
But it just went wide. The lone goal of the game by Sidan Duta coming here in the second half. Brilliantly timed run as he kicked it off of his left foot, I believe, just inside the near post to beat a diving Stephen Norris. And only a 2-foot window, and he hit it. Now the Panthers looking for more. Number 12 for South is Cody Lopez in the far sideline. Knocks it out of bounds, though, and it'll be a Titans throw-in. First of 3 games here on a beautiful fall Saturday, September 29 of 2018. The Battle of the Bridge that stood at 8-7 in favor of North coming into the game. Of course, South, if they hang on, will even it up at 8-8 as we play the final 2 matches of the Battle of the Bridge, namely girls soccer and girls field hockey at 2 o'clock and 4 o'clock. Games being brought to you live here on NashuaETV. John Collins along with Tom King. Tim O'Neill, our cameraman upstairs. Jim McLean is at the controls of our setup by executive producer Pete Johnson. Teams trading possession in the middle of the field. Now the Titans looked like they had something developing, and they got called for. Panthers got called for an elbow there. It's going to produce a free kick from a dangerous spot on the field.
A very dangerous spot.
Oh, they just decide to play it? Or are they going to?
No, they're going to put it. The ref's got to mark it. So now Dieu-Merci is going to take this shot. Now he's way out, but let's see.
He's 42 yards away. When you add in the goal is at the back of the end zone. He's going to cede the control of this shot.
Yes, he is.
To Ryan Downing. Downing chips it in the middle, and a chance there, but not able to get the ball down and on goal.
The idea is Downing to Morse and have Morse try to head it in on the fly. And that's, not the direct shot right on net. You want the tip in. And they weren't able to get it. They weren't able to time it, just too high.
Side foot might have worked.
If you're moving it in to the 20-yard line on the football yard line, that's more of a direct hit. That's a rocket that Dieu-Merci can probably nail, if he takes that. And he probably would have taken it if it was at that point.
Panthers with it. Number 13 is Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez. He kicks it on up ahead to Cody Lopez, who hits the deck.
Now,
ball taken away in a triple team.
Remember one thing. North, time is on their side. There's 20 minutes, almost 21-25 left in regulation. So they keep the ball down on this end. They don't, necessarily have to put a lot of pressure on
South isn't having it, though. They're looking for a second goal.
South is, I know, but you know what?
There's a crosser.
Best of both worlds. See, now they didn't have anybody charge that.
Yeah, Christopher Daw was over there.
You got to make that move towards the net. And it stood and watched, and you can't do that. But
some
again, anything down on this end of the field for South with tick-tock, tick-tock works.
Yep. Yep. Good offense works as some defense and a clock killer to preserve that 1-0 lead. Long ball, flicked on header. South intercepts. Teams trade possessions. Near sideline. Number 7 for North is Tyler Downing, battling for possession against Riley Olson. Panthers. Sidat Duta, your goal scorer, wins possession near sideline. The throw in. Knocked out of bounds again. Advancing field position in favor of the Panthers.
Bob Guidoboni, the stadium attendant for Park Rec, said that the shot that bounced off the bar and came down.
Yeah.
Said that was a goal. He said it went right inside the line when it bounced.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but they didn't. They don't see it. So, if Pete Johnson, when we do the replays, rebroadcast of this, if he can take a look at that on replay, and maybe we can, see that.
Wow. Christopher Dawes shot that hit the crossbar, and you've seen that happen in professional soccer games where a ball hits the crossbar, hits the ground, and appears not to go in, and the spin takes it back out.
Right.
But it crosses the line when it hits the turf, and then the spin takes it back out, and it happens so fast that only the replay reveals what really happened. But if you're standing down there, you could see something like that. That's amazing to know. And I think that's another thing where I was talking about goal line technology in football last night, kind of like the umpire and the electronic strike zone. Here's a chance for South.
Nope, headed off.
Kicked and saved. They made something
out of
a
nothing.
triple team, yeah. They got another shot on Norris. Not too difficult to handle in the end, but still very close to booming one past him.
7 saves for Norris. Actually, 8 saves for Norris in this game. 8.
There's a collision at the middle of the field and a good heads-up play.
Yeah, Hendrick is really top-notch. He's, you know, he's very, very good. There's only so much, you know, soccer goalies can do sometimes because look at how much ground they have to cover.
Crosser. This is Tyler Downing in the corner.
Nope.
And running that down.
They're going to get a corner throw.
Oh, yeah.
But what they lack, John, as you've made known, no corner kicks yet for North. They need one.
Yeah, and that's indicative of how little pressure they've had on.
Yeah, I think so.
And again, South demonstrating an ability to move the ball out of their own half of the field quickly. So they control it and boom it past the midfield stripe. Now it's a foot race, loose ball, kicked on ahead, he's onside.
Nope.
Cody Lopez has it smothered from him by Stephen Norris. Heads up play by the North goaltender this time. And stretching it out in the end zone there is Lopez after a tough run. He doesn't look too comfortable as he struggles back to his feet. He's limping. He may have strained something. He's looking better by the step. And we do have our, also was going to say first injury timeout, but Lopez is going to trot off to the sideline. In a Premier League game, that would be a stretcher. I mean, that would be
Oh,
a
yeah,
long
they
delay.
go down, and exactly. Oh, my, they dive all the time.
Yes, major camera time. It's another thing you don't see in high school soccer, which is refreshing. Trying to dramatize fouls and win free kicks. Make something out of nothing, as you would say in a different way.
The dive, the art of the dive.
Yeah, you see that all too much at the professional level. Here's a pass upfield. Titans kind of circling their wagons defensively, allowing South to easily move the ball into the offensive zone. There's a miscommunication there. Certainly plenty of space, no defensive pressure, just a giveaway by the Panthers. And the Titans move the ball past midfield. Titans looking a bit ragged here. Not able to.
No, they're not cohesive today.
Yeah, they're not hitting each other. There's really very.
And now the pressure is going to be mounting a little bit. South has controlled midfield, John. That's why. South's winning this thing at midfield.
Yeah, they certainly have. Most of those contested balls in the midfield area have ended up on a purple foot, and they have developed multiple scoring chances, including one scoring chance that produced a goal that may have went unseen by the officials on the field. We're talking about a Christopher Dawes shot from about 10 yards out that struck the crossbar, came straight down at an angle, actually, according to an eyewitness, down on the pitch, went inside the goal itself.
Inside the line.
Inside the line, and the spin took it back out so quickly that no official saw it as a goal, and they played on. That came after the sit-down.
Here we go.
Score.
Dieu Merci, if he can get it off.
Merci.
Can he get a call? No.
Triple team has it taken away. And the Panther fans appreciate that defense on the Titans' most dangerous player. Sammy Dieu Merci denied a chance to even get a shot away on that scoring run. Well past the halfway point of half number 2. We have 14:44 to go, as you see. And the Titans down by a goal, taking that lofty 7-1 record into this Battle of the Bridge game. And from the first few minutes, actually after the first few minutes, Titans started strong. Panthers have just seized control of this game, and here they come again, looking for another scoring chance right down the middle, but good hustle from the backside by Tyler Downing, number 7, showing some strong legs later in this game. To hustle and intercept that play before it could develop into a shot on goal. And again at midfield, the Panthers control. They take possession and they advance. Multiple passes in a row, teammate to teammate for the purple, and the Titans allowing them the field position wins time after time. Here we go again. Now there's an interception by the Titans, much needed. Giveaway. Collision at 35 yards out from goal produces a free kick for the Panthers in a dangerous spot to possibly set something up here on a set piece. Players congregate about 15 yards away from Stephen Norris or so, and teeing this one up. I believe that's number 3 for South, or is it? It trickles through and nearly a chance to convert.
Well, you know one more South goal is going to end this thing, because I don't see anybody scoring 2 goals in a short period of time.
To come back, you're right.
To come back, so
if South can get that next goal, they would even up the Battle of the Bridge 8-8. We do believe, barring a miraculous comeback by the Titans, who have shown really no spark on offense for much of the game. That shot, that set piece shot, the free kick, was taken by number 13, Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, and it was nearly effective. The throw in to be performed by Quinn Hilger. Gets it into the corner, and we see a tackle. It looked like Tyler Downing just threw the defender down, and I don't know if he's getting talked to at all. Well, I misread that because the Titans have possession. Apparently the Panther player fouled the Titan player. And it's a free kick from the corner. It's not technically not a corner kick, but it might as well be because it's coming from much the same angle. Sammy Dieu-Merci took it, wasn't able to connect with a teammate though, and it's going to be a goal kick for Roe Hendrick. Titans need more of those to try to get back into this game. Siddhant Dutta, the goal scorer, number 14, passed it on up to Matthew Kiesling, but goes off a Titan player out of bounds. Throw in for the Panthers. Matthew Kiesling checks out of the game, and into the game comes Cody Lopez. Riley Olsen up ahead to Dutta. Absorbs some contact and spins away with the ball. Dutta able to control it, going towards the net, trying to cross it in front, wins a corner, and that's how you do it.
yeah, exactly.
Pressure producing a corner kick, a set piece, and a scoring chance for Nashua South. And as Tom said, one more goal would probably seal the deal even 10 minutes out to go in this game. Corner kick's going to come from the left side, as you see, left of the goal, or the right of Stephen Norris. Across it goes, and it's in! What a goal! The corner kick by number 13, Orozco Alvarez, and it's converted by number 17, Jacob Dukeshire, with a perfect touch. A glancing blow. He saw that wide open far corner, directed the ball with a man marking him on top of it. Terrific play to get loose in the crease, and that may be the insurance goal. The exclamation point to seal the deal for the Panthers. They're up 2-0 with only 10 minutes and 16 seconds remaining. The Titans at a total loss offensively. Meanwhile, the Panthers look like a well-oiled machine in this game.
God, they sure do.
And you can't credit Sidan Duta enough. He got the first goal and a brilliant shot, and he created the corner kick that led to the second goal. Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez on the assist with the corner kick to Jacob Dukeshire. Nicely done. And here come the Panthers again. There's a kick that's blocked from inside the box. Cody Lopez got loose for a moment. Down the sideline. Sammy Dieu-Merci with it. Sprinting. 3 defenders to beat. He's all by himself for the moment. Now he gets some help. He kicks it on ahead, not able to connect though with Colin McMahon. And the Panthers back to get it. Booted out to near midfield. With it, Lucas Diaz kicks it near side to number 7 for North. Tyler Downing. Actually, that was not Lucas Diaz. That was Thiago Ferreira is number 10 for North. Number 10 is the soccer number, isn't it, in most teams?
Yeah.
Lucas Diaz wears number 10 for South, and Thiago Ferreira for North. South, who hadn't scored in 9 days or 2 games of soccer before this one, breaking through in a big way in this game. They were determined to score from early in the first half. You could just tell, producing multiple chances. And here comes another one, trying to find Duta, and it goes off the back heel of the defender. A fortunate bounce for the Titans, as not really seeing that ball come up from behind was Quinn Hilger, but it deflected right to his goaltender rather than to the attacker, Duta. It would have been very dangerous in that spot. Throw in for the Titans. Ferreira kicks it on ahead. Patrick Hyde's attempted forwarding pass goes out of bounds. Can North get on the scoreboard here in this Battle of the Bridge game? Trailing 2-0 late in the second half. Crossing pass hits the chest of Colin McMahon. Back to Tyler Downing it goes. Downing has his pocket picked, and the South has possession. Plenty of space for South to kick it on up the field. Cody Lopez in the corner, able to get it to his teammate. The shot and the save by Norris, who had to go to the turf as Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez bent one in on him. You can see in the background the South girls soccer team warming up, getting ready for game 2 of our triple header here at Stellos on this beautiful fall Saturday, September 29. Inadvertent handball there by Sidan Duta, and it'll be North possession. Good show of sportsmanship as Adele Bouziane, number 8 for North, Quinn Hilger, who hit the deck along with Duta, slapped low 5 as they both got up off the turf. Hard fought turnover. Titans trying to produce a scoring chance here, down 2-0 with 6:10 to go in the game. Good low shot of the field there as well. Titans falter there on the offensive possession, and the Panther defense is more than ready to pounce and kick it back to midfield out of the scoring area.
A dry fall day. Remember how hot it was last year for this event?
I do. Now that you mention
In
it.
the last couple of years, I think.
Yeah.
But the weather
We
is
had
absolutely
some
gorgeous.
Summer heat last year, but
Yep.
yeah, very seasonable day today. We're down to the 5-minute mark here in the Battle of Bridge boys soccer game. 2-0 commanding lead for South. Not only did they have the 2 goals, but it will be interesting. And those folks of you that are watching this down the road, not here live on September 29, but or streaming it, say on YouTube or wherever, you can rewind. Watch that Cody Daw
Yeah,
shot.
exactly. Watch that.
See if you can see the ball go across the line on the deflection straight down from the crossbar. And a huge round of applause for some of the Panther starters coming off the pitch, including Riley Olson, number 3, and Emmanuel Orozco Alvarez, number 13, who take a seat. There's a nice bender by Sammy Dieu-Merci, but just too far away to be any trouble at all for Ro Hendrick as he grabs that one to his chest. 4 minutes to go now in the contest, as Hendrick booms one high, arcing goal kick onto the opposite end of the field. Titans repel it, but they
It's
are.
for you.
It is. Is that our pizza? Our mythical pizza that you were talking
yeah,
about?
exactly. Our lunch.
Titans trying to produce a goal before this thing ends. Instead, the Panthers defenders step up. And in the scoring lane, the passing lane. Cleared out of bounds by Martin Flaherty as he hits the deck in the collision that came after. Throw in for the Panthers. Number 19 for South is Daniel Miranda. A freshman gets into this game, number 19, and coming out is Siddhant Dutta, star of the game for South. Siddhant is a sophomore forward. Excellent showing in this one. Throw in off the chest of one of the Panther players, Cody Lopez, and the Titans kick it back on out of bounds. Panthers keeping the Titans on defense, even though they've got the 2-0 lead, keeping the pressure on. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's off of a Panther player, so goal kick for the Titans. 2:25 to go in the contest. With it, fancy footwork, Cody Lopez able to keep it on his feet and keep possession as he kicks it into the corner. That is Ronis Leva Martinez. Leva Martinez is knocked to the turf out of bounds, and is that a corner kick? Yes, it is. So the rich get richer.
Right,
more
but see the
opportunities for
possession.
South.
They've kept the ball most of the time. North has done nothing in this second half.
Yeah, it's making me look back at the schedule to see what the quality of the opponents. The 7-1 record for North, but South has just dominated this entire game.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe for the first couple of minutes of the opening half, but otherwise South looks clearly like the stronger team. So North's wins came against Alvern, Timberlane, Winnicott, Spalding.
Was not a corner, evidently. There was
Oh,
some
no?
kind of, I think it was a drop ball. They let him face it off in the corner.
Huh. So it's not in the corner, that.
Right, now they have a corner kick because the ball got deflected out.
Yeah, it's a free kick in the corner is what
Yeah.
it is. Same angle, just a little bit closer.
Well, the defenders can go right in on it.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
that's
I
what-
think they still have the 5-yard
And that's
buffer.
what happened. No, there wasn't a 5-yard space, so he went right in, I think.
Okay. Officials are talking it over. There is under 2 minutes to go, so they're keeping the time on the field right now. They will at least let the Panthers get this shot off, but Panthers are playing with house money here. They have a 2-0 lead. They have the ball. The officials talking things over. This game's about to end in a very positive note for the Panthers. And the Titans will fall to a record of 7-2. Which may be still good enough for third place. We'll have to see. Still have not resumed play. South's wins came against Portsmouth, Memorial, Alvern, Spalding, Pinkerton. Pinkerton 1-0. Here come the Panthers out of the corner, trying to get a shot away. They do. It's going to curl high and wide to the right. Shot was actually taken by South's Patrick Hyde. But a clock killer.
Yes, and that's what you want.
That whole sequence. Goal kick comes to midfield, and immediately purple phalanx intercepts and able to send it back into the offensive end. We'll hear the 3-whistle burst to end this game at any moment. The girls' soccer game, South versus North, is to follow. Scheduled 2 p.m. kickoff. Corner kick for the Titans.
That's their first.
Wow. In the middle, and a save by Hendrick in tight quarters. Great scoring opportunity here, very
Still
late.
is. It's still alive, and Hendrick's got to go up and get it.
Wow.
There's a collision.
Another collision.
There's a shot high.
Bodies hitting the deck everywhere.
Unbelievable stuff.
Wow, and the player's still down.
Yep.
And he may be injured. Holding the head there. That's not a pleasant sight. You see Sammy Diomercis on the turf. I think he's okay, though, just frustrated. His kick went high over the crossbar. The initial chance for North was by number 13, Martin Flaherty, receiving that corner kick. And he was the one that got the kickoff from just steps away from Roe Hendrick, and Hendrick was able to get both hands on it, deflected it, stayed in play. Titans got 1 or 2 more chances and weren't able to convert. So they did blow the whistle to end the game. That will do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah, it makes sense, too. We don't need anybody else to get hurt. So for Tom King, I'm John Collins, thanking you for watching the opening game of our triple header. We're going to stay live here for the start of the girls' game upcoming, a 2 p.m. scheduled kickoff, South versus North. But a huge win for the boys of Nashua High South Soccer as they go to a record of 6-3, upsetting their intra-city rival Nashua High North by a score of 2-0. So North falls to 7-2. Thank you for watching. We'll be back with girls soccer action coming up on NashuaETV.